Hello, welcome back to Bald and Board Games. I'm Bald. Board is not here. So doing a solo show again. Bombastic will be joining me though for 2 playthroughs this month. Board is gone for a full 2 weeks. I am free. I wanted to play some solo games to my heart's delight, but a lovely package come in that surprised me here. We have Tend by IVStudios. This is the Super Deluxe Edition, hence the holographic box. I am super excited to dive into this. Let's come down to the table here. Boom, there we are. We do also have some black markers as well for Tend. It did come with their pin and then sleeves to make sure that everything is nice and protected. So, no need to open the sleeves. You know what those are. I'm not going to do this on camera because it's going to take forever. This here, we can shift this box out of the way. We'll dive into the little stuff first. Going real close here. So IVStudios tends to do this. I don't know if they've always done it or if it's just lately with Brink. I don't remember if Moon Rollers did it or Moonrakers. I know Brink it came with a pin as well. So these are a lot of fun. These are very, very nice. They have really good graphic design. They never do anything overly hyper realistic or overly concept arty. It's very graphical, which is nice. They found their niche, which is cool. So that's a cool little pin there. We'll put somewhere up on something. I actually don't even know where the Brink one is. I have it somewhere safe. We'll dive into one of these marker packs. You know what? I need to get my knife. There we go. And let's see here. Let's not cut ourselves or the box. Like a surgeon with a scalpel. What was it from Liar Liar? Scalpel. So he's playing with his kid. Cutting the present out of his stomach. Anyway. Yes, I entertain myself. Even when Board is not here, I talk the same way I would if he was here. But really, normally I'm just trying to annoy him. Right now I'm just having fun. So, we have a very nice set of markers. If I can open them, I will tell you what they smell like. No smell. Nope. Oh, there's 2 sides. Interesting. There is a skinny side. Careful, not to ruin the tip. And a chunky side. Boop. Ever since I was a kid, because I've always been an artist to some degree, it always annoyed me when kids would flatten their marker tips because it just jam them down. Oh, God, it hurt even when I was little. I want everything to be pristine. I was a big fan of those art sets that had all the colored pencil, the Prismacolor pencils and stuff organized in them. I like just having it. I use them too, but I like just having it. I'm not going to the second one because that is the same thing as this one, but there's 6 markers in each, total of 12. And the reason why I have 2 boxes of these and 12 is because the Super Deluxe Edition of this allows for more players. So, bring the box back over here. We can see right here, it does say players 1 to 6 plus. That is because with this edition specifically, it actually plays up to 12. So it plays 1 to 12 players. So this would be a great game, a great casual game if you're doing a big family get together, a big game night, something of the sort. I'm going to pull out a little bit here as we get cracking. All right. I have not played their, what is it? Magic Mischief? Their Mischief one. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on exactly what it's called. But the one where you're essentially I think it's you're in a library. Mystic Mischief. There it is. Haha, got it. Mystic Mischief. I haven't played that, but that's definitely one that looks like it'd be a lot of fun. It's an older one of theirs. Moonrakers, I love. Moon Rollers, I think I might like more than Moonrakers. Brink is a lot of fun too. We really like Pillars of Fate, even though I lost every single game in the tournament of that. We haven't played Graft yet, which is like a card variation of this in some way. Oh man, there's another one they have. We backed their new one. God, why am I blanking on every IVStudios game? Holy crap. Honor? Oh, I think it's Honor. So we bagged that. Cool. And that was another fun, like, deck building style game. All right, so anyway, we are into the box. This thing is loaded to the brim, and I don't think there's punch outs. So I'm pretty sure this is all paper and cards. This is the rule book here for you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna move this off to the side. We're gonna go this way, so it's gonna away the light. We're gonna come in close so we can see a little bit better. Oh, marvelous. So we have the rule book here. So IVStudios does rule books fairly well. I think in Brink there was a little bit of confusion there, but for the most part they always have like a nice diagram. They label everything with like a letter specifically, so it's clear and easy to understand. They tend to do this color coding as well. Oh, my other favorite one by them is Fractured Sky. I think Fractured Sky might be right now my favorite IVStudio game. I think so. I haven't played this one yet, so we shall see. Very cool. I will be doing a rulebook rundown by myself as well, so we'll be going through each page of this verbatim, word for word, pointing stuff out. These blank pages always remind me of like the old school video game manuals that had a spot and it said like notes, as if you were going to take notes in the back of the manual. If you did take notes in the back of the manual, let me know in the comments what game you did. The only one I can imagine taking notes in the back of the manual for would have been like a Final Fantasy VII where there's a lot to it. But like Bloody Roar, I'm not taking notes in Bloody Roar. Why? Score challenges. Cool. The credits. Play testers. Nice. Very cool. All right. That's the rulebook. Next, let's see what this is here. This is a shit ton of markers. Look at that. My goodness. Oh man, I don't know if they have organization for this or like literally these are just all in bags. Oh, there's black markers in there too. So apparently the ones I got were extras, but all different colors. Green, blue, red, purple, yellow, and the black. Wow. Got some black and white dice. Ooh, some little tiny dice. That's cool. I think these are like crops that you're farming. Some more bigger chunky dice. Yeah, I'll take some of these out for you so you can actually see what these look like. Very cool. So I don't think you don't roll these, if I believe. I think as you put these down and you slowly turn them as you are, as essentially things are like growing and you harvest them at some point. I don't know. I have not played this. I've watched playthroughs, but I have not played this. More of those. More of these little guys. They just keep getting bigger. My lord. That looks like a pumpkin. It's like a water barrel. Goodness. Okay, more bags to bag stuff. More massive dice. That is the playmat. I'll show you that in a moment. Good old metal coins. Gotta love the metal coins. Oof. Those things are delicious. Love it. If you're gonna do coins in any kind of game, you gotta make sure you have enough in your production budget to get metal coins and more black and white dice. And that is all that was in that pocket there. Let's see what we got here. Holy shit. These are literally just like books upon books. All right. I'm going to move this off to the side. so I can get this out of here. So, there are just piles upon piles of these sheets. That is insane. Are these the? I think they're the same too. 3. There's 4 of these, just filled to the brim. They all look the same as well. Yep. So it's just so you can play this forever, which I'm a big fan of. A lot of games like this would come with this one sheet, and then you have to either order more or print more. I like this came with more than enough than I will ever need. Next, more paper. Ooh, these are thick buddies. Look at this. That is one big, thick sheet of paper. Very, very cool. A lot going on here. I don't really know what any of this means. Has to do with farming in some way. We will find out. Oof. What's next? Cardboard. That's what's next. Okay. So I'll show you the bottom of the box here. Now we're at the bottom. Yeah. So all that paper was right on top of all of this. So now we have some fun cards. Let's get these out, and I'll open these up for you. Do that in a second. Boom. We got the scratch off packs. 100 scratch off cards. That is so many scratch off cards. I'll show you those in a moment too. And over here, we've got these corporate mission boards. Okay, we'll look at those in a second. Hey, another 100 scratch off cards. Everyone loves a good scratch off, and some more basic cards there. And I think, yep, that's all on the bottom. All right, so a relatively organized box. They are essentially a bunch of wells where things are just put in there, but everything is relatively big and chunky. So I don't really mind that, especially when you have things like this. So I like that it fits in there and it's secure and nothing like, none of this paper was dinged. And there's no extra, like this stuff was down on top of all of this underneath those papers, which is the cardboard divider, which is good. It helps protect the paper. So I do like that. Let's dig into these scratch off things first. So I'm not going to scratch any of these, obviously, because that's part of the game. That's what the metal coins essentially help with. But these are quite literally scratch offs. I will open up one of these because we'll have to anyway for the rulebook rundown, I'm sure. In the rulebook rundown, I'll do some scratching of one of these because there are plenty. I will never run out. That's why I got the version that I did. Because when I find a game I like, I do plan on keeping it forever. Okay. And let's get these back in this box now. And we'll take one out. Boom. So nice backing to it. Very nice up front. Like, it doesn't even look like it would be a scratch off, except for the slight grain when you get the color the right way. Yeah, I have no idea. Obviously, so this tool, that tool, level 1, level 2 maybe. You can scratch off up here. I assume I have to go on a line. This is telling you what materials are up here. This was telling what materials are down there, it seems like. Same thing. Reach the bottom to unlock grotto fishing. Cool. They do have an example on these as well. Here. So you see they're like going down. So you start at the top, slowly scratching over and down. So maybe you're just trying to literally work your way all the way down. Yeah. Are the items different on each of these? They're all the same. I think they might all be the same. Yeah, the woods, the mines. Okay. Yeah, because it's separated by the woods and the mines. That makes sense. All right. Cool. Let's get that put back in here. You'll see that in action, I believe, in the rulebook rundown. So we have 2 of those. I have 200 scratch-off cards. Oof. A gambler's dream. We'll save the cards still. So we have a bunch of these boards here. We should have 12 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. So these are corporate commissary. So item value manifest. Okay. Zenith Corp. I don't know what anything means. Oh, that's right. These markers here are not your average marker. The colors coordinate with all of this. So, yes, that is your average marker on that side. But I believe on the other side is a stamp. It is. You can't really see it. But on this fat side, it's actually a stamp that matches that star symbol right there. And so the blue is this fish symbol, the red is this social symbol, which is the heart, yellow is mining, and the green is farm. Black, I think, is just black. I think it's just like a big, chunky, fat black marker for marking stuff off. All right, I believe these are all the same. Yes, they are. Cool. Okay, I'll do cards. Why not? All right, I started opening this one already. These holographic cards here. Got a nice texture to them. Got chopping. So these are starter task cards, it looks like. Chopping, fishing, tending, mining. Ooh, and 1 Zenith orders. Cool. So it looks like these will probably be randomly dealt out to each person playing. So probably, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's only 9 of these. Interesting. I wonder how that works. Maybe it's a task for everybody? I don't know. Let's see what these are. Big spender. These cards seem like they were an additional portion. They're packed differently. But get in there. You rolling? All right, so season 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Okay, interesting. Big spenders. These are season 1 end, it says there. KSV1. I wonder what the KS Kickstarter version 1. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm sure it'll explain it to us. There we are. Okay, let's continue with these size cards here. Can I get you open without damaging the cards? This is the thing I hate the most about unboxing anything is opening card packs. Sometimes they're so tightly packed and there's no tab to tear open the plastic and just a pain right in the ass. All right, so different player colors maybe. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, yep. Season 3, 2, green is 1, I believe. Yep. I guess these might be tasks as well. So advanced. Round phases. So these are clearly guide cards. Neighbor phase, scoring phase, setup phase, growth phase, task phase. Cool. Simple. Seems. We shall find out. And next. Oh, more seasons and stuff. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come here. Little tap. There we are. Good. All right. Season 1. So we got season 3, season 2. So I wonder what the difference between like these season cards are and these season cards. Oh, these are tasks for season 1. This is just something regarding season 1. There we go. Some more starter tasks. So these are additional starter tasks with those holographic ones. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 of these as well. So it looks like these probably match verbatim. So we got chopping, said fishing, tending, mining, and one Zenith order. And so these holographic ones, we have the 2 for tending holographic, the 2 for fishing, the 2 for chopping, the Zenith orders, and the mining. So these are probably just upgraded versions of those that we can use in the game just to make it a little more fun. So the tasks might be the same, the Kickstarter version one. I don't know. Again, we'll find out for all those. Put those in the back here. But yeah, so Crutcher, wide spacer, so something clearer. Shrimps. These look like group objectives, like during the season. There's objectives to complete, maybe for points or something. Cool. All right, then back to the tasks. All right, let's go with the little guys here. I don't know what these are. What are these little cards? So one of my biggest pet peeves recently, I do not think it's going to be with these cards. They look like they're the right size, but Slay the Spire has small cards like this, but they're not long like this. They're shorter, so the sleeve that these would fit into properly is too tall. The sleeve that they would fit into lengthwise is too skinny. So please, 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 when games are being made, don't use a weird size card. And if you do, contact somebody to make you a sleeve for it. But just use like the GameGenic or somebody's standard sleeve sizes. There's plenty of card sizes. No reason to get super unique, especially making a card this small. Why cut off the centimeter? Like, come on. Is it really saving that much money? Maybe it is. I don't know. But I don't care either. All right. So we got fishing rods. River fishing. Grotto fishing. Lake fishing with your skills you unlock. Ooh. Cool. I don't know what that means on the back, but that's fun. Unlock by bridge repair. Okay. Geode. So a bunch of these cards look like they might, if you have a pattern of some sort, that's very specific. I don't know. You unlock that maybe? No idea. Neighbor. Oh, neighbor. So are these all neighbor cards? These are all neighbor cards. This is the part that Bombastic's gonna like. Are these neighbor cards where you get to help someone by giving them a neighbor card? Neighbor bonus, 1 egg. Whatever the wood. Yeah, that's cool. We'll say this about IVStudios games, is that each of them are unique and new. And right now, Board and I are in the process of making our own game. Essentially, I wanted to put my artwork to good use, and so I'm taking those skills, and we are working on 2 games at the moment ourselves, both in the same universe. And so definitely watching IVStudios and other creators and learning from them has been very helpful. One of the things that we want to do is make sure that we want to make sure that we're making unique games as well. So it's always great to see when IVStudios comes out with something like this, that there is still space for unique games to be made. Unlike storytelling, I don't think that every game has been made. Unlike how every story has been told in some way. There's always a new way to do something. I think every mechanic has been, maybe not in that. There's always a way to create new mechanics in some way, like turntable boards and stuff. Maybe the basics like action selection, worker placement. But there's always a new way to put things together to make them work together. Okay, well, that was everything except for the board. So let me put everything back in this box, or attempt to, and then we will take out the board. So let me go. Yeah, we'll go big here. Okay, so I know one of these was definitely right there. Okay, yeah, that's a start. So I'm pretty sure these guys are right in here, and I'm gonna go through and sleeve them. Don't worry, I'm not gonna keep it like this. They don't get dinged. One of these was obviously over here, right? Were you? I think you were. Yeah, because you need a bunch of cards on top. These were on here, like so. Perfecto. These, I believe, were on here. One. And two. Look at that. Three. Okay. There we are. Then they had this nice thing down like this to protect everything below. And we have these big boys right here. Bang, bang. All these books right there. Zoom, zoom, zoom. And then everything else is just thrown right in here. So I will do the same for now. I will organize later. Get y'all in there. Bum, 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 bum. There we are. Markers. Now it did have this thing in there as well, which I guess does fit just fine. Cool. This on top. This bad boy does fit in there as well. I want to show you this. I'm not going to put that in there yet. I'm pretty sure that those will fit in here too, so that's great. Let's push this off to the side though, and we will get out the mat. I like that the mat fits in the box. I have a bunch of mats hanging on the door. Mats are cool. Don't use them that much for a lot of games. It's really for like a campaign, like Tainted Grail. I definitely take that. Whenever you have cards around the table, that's why I like a mat that shows you where the cards go. But if it's just a replacement for the actual board, I don't really need the mat. The board's fine with me. Especially because the mat doesn't typically fit in the box like this one does. I like this. Actually, this will fit probably on the... Oh, actually, even the... Nice. Okay. So I'm going to re-roll. I'm going to roll this back the other way. That way it's a little flatter for us. There we are. Boom. Okay. So there's season 1, 2, 3 objectives. Upcoming season cards, looks like. You got your neighbor discards, your task discards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different task cards that'll be out. Okay, what's on the reverse side of this? Because there's another side of this entirely. So the same thing, but a different landscape, it looks like. Yeah, but the basic layout's the same still. It's funny how quickly these things reverse their bend. Nope, didn't work. So I guess you're just kind of choosing what side you prefer. I prefer the side the cards will stay on. That one, right there. Cool. All right, so I'll show you how this goes right back in this box as well then, while we're at it. Take this out. I do believe this bad boy was right down there. It doesn't need to be exactly down there. We'll scoot those down. I'm going to reverse this roll. That way it can work out its kinks. Put you there. Put you there. Can you guys go here? Maybe. Not gonna worry about it right now. Figure it out later. And boom. Book on top. Boxer up. There we are. That is 10, folks. Oof. Definitely a hefty box, as you saw, filled with reams of paper. Make sure we're facing. Yes, we are. There we are. Great. Really looking forward to Tend. The back here it says choose your tasks, tend your crops, explore the woods, and mine. So you'll get an example of all of this in the rulebook rundown that I am about to do. That will be going up in a couple days as well for you. But thank you all for joining me here at Bald and Board Games as I did an unboxing of Tend by IVStudios. I'm Bald. That's it.